All right, friends, welcome back to PrepperNow. We're going to be talking today about a little more of the strange anomalies that seem to be happening now that we've opened up the books and we're taking a look at a lot of the different monies and where they're going and darkness.
And also, could you mention some of the things that your team has found, some of the crazy numbers, including the woman that walked away with about 30 million?
Right.
Etc.
Well, we do find it sort of rather odd that there are quite a few people in the bureaucracy who have ostensibly a salary of a few $100,000, but somehow manage to accrue tens of millions of dollars in net worth while they are in that position, which is, what happened at USAID. We're just curious as to where it came from.
All right, friends, welcome back. Thanks so much for being here. Prepper Now, it's good to have you. Snowing out there today, a little cold and snowy, but we're going to be talking about some of the people that have been in our government for quite some time that have been making it rain on their accounts and their monies. And of course, we've had some book openings going up. USAID has definitely had a little bit of a view from some of our Treasury people, and they're going into the Department of Education, and there's talk about going into the Pentagon, and there's talk about going into the Federal Reserve. I mean, I'd just love to know where all this money's going, because it seems like every day we hear about more waste and debt and deficit, and if we could just find out where all this money's going and maybe stave it off and hemorrhage stop the hemorrhaging, we might be able to get a little bit of fiscal prudence back into the American budget. So, first and foremost, anybody that is mad that we are taking a look at our books and trying to figure things out and sitting there, crying and pissing and moaning into a microphone because the gravy train has been stopped, well, why don't you just go take a big old stick and shove it up your butt, because nobody cares. If you're crying and whining because the books are getting opened and they're figuring out that there's a lot of dark money out there going to dark places, I really don't care. I don't think anybody really does. If it's bad, if it's being wasted, I want to know. I want to figure it out, and I want to get it all under control. And so they're doing that. And today, Doge had a big meeting with Trump at the White House. He brought his son along, little X, and they're starting to take a little bit of a look at the federal employees who just magically have made all this money, and they're just killing it right now with their finances. And I don't know about you, but if you're making a salary at about $180,000, $200,000 a year, but all of a sudden you're worth $30 million, well, my gosh, I would just absolutely love to know how you did that and take some investment advice from you. Maybe you can impart on the rest of us how it is you've gotten so incredibly rich. Well, the announcement by Trump and Musk has now made it that they're checking out, they're seeing what's going on with the USAID chief, Samantha Power. You might know her, or you probably don't really, but she has accumulated $30 million of net worth in the last few years on a $180,000 salary, which I got to tell you, that's impressive. So we don't know where it's all coming from, and they're going to go take a look. So she is the former ambassador to the United Nations. She was, of course, an Obamaite. She became the USAID head in 2021. At that point, she had a nice little wealth of about 6.7 million, maybe a little bit more than that. 10 million is they don't know. They don't know. It's all dark, and who are we to ask? Why should we care, right? It's just our tax money, but we'll say about $6-7 million she had as a worth on disclosure forms and all that, because evidently sometimes they have to tell people what they got going on financially. Well, now she's at about $30 million. So somewhere she's gained about $24 million since 2021. I got to tell you, that's impressive. How did you do it, girl? Because I'd like to know, because I want some of that money too. So she did have a good job at Harvard. She made almost $500,000 there, so that pays well if you want to go and be a woke professor. She got $350,000 in speaking engagements. She's worked for fabulous companies like Nestle's and Alphabet and UBS. She's got a book out. I'm sure you've read it. That's got about $1 million. But anyway, there's about $12 million where we're like, hey, how'd that happen? You know? So they're going to go and they're going to take a look. Yeah. It seems that a lot of our, people in Congress are really good at working stocks. Some of the names you might know are Nancy Pelosi. She's worth about $37 million. Or at least she's traded that much. Josh Gottenheimer, he's a House Democrat. He's traded about $66 million. Scott Franklin, C. Scott Franklin, he's a Republican. He's got about $6 million in trades. Tommy Tuberville, you might remember him. He's a Republican. He's got about $5.5 million in trades. And there's a couple more, like Mark Wayne Mullen, who's got $4.4 million, and Victoria Spartz, who's got about, looks like about $3 million. But anyway, wow, those bottom four, they've got about $20 million in trades, but magically Nancy and Mr. Gottenheimer have about $100 million. So that's impressive. So how'd they do it? I don't know. I'd really like to know, wouldn't you? So they're starting to look into this. They're starting to say, hey, where's all this going? Why is this happening? I want to know as well. I want to know where all this money is. Why is it that these people can get into government and become incredibly rich? Supposedly they're going to be using these programs that Elon has to go in there and to find buried money in cash investments, and maybe the old American people get some reparations, How about that? So, $30 million, that's impressive. I know someone's going to come out here and say, oh, they're not going to do anything. It's all a big club and you're not in it, blah, 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 blah. My favorite of the people, you don't talk to me. You don't do me. You don't. Hey, look, they're talking about this stuff. They're bringing it out in the light. Take the wins, okay? Is Samantha Power probably going to go to jail? No, probably not. But if we can have an idea and stop all this crap from ever happening again, that'd be great. Because I don't know about you, but I pay a lot in taxes, and I want that to stop. At least I don't want my taxes going to enriching a bunch of people that don't give two SHITs about you and I. Just saying. So, all right, friends, check it out. Tell people about it. Tell people what we're doing here. You got Truth, you got Minds, you got Gab, you got X, and of course you got Subscribestar and Locals. Those are a few bucks a month. Join the growing communities over there. And then, of course, you got, the whole membership here on YouTube, a couple bucks, or you can just watch for free. I know. I just give options. You don't got to pay for anything. Don't got to do anything. You just come on back for more. We'll keep pumping it out and keep telling you all about it. But, yeah, I have a feeling this weekend's going to be a pretty big one as the Middle East is going to start popping off again. But until then, let's take the wins from Doge and figure out where the heck all our money's going and how maybe we can stop a lot of this waste and graft and stop the funding of a lot of these groups that are taking our money through a lot of different slush fund type activities and wasting it on a political ethos that, for lack of a better way of putting it, sucks. All right, friends, God bless. We'll see you on the next one.